Hi guys and welcome to the 4th episode of the Streaks and Strokes guided painting session. My name is Luke and I'll be your instructor for this video. So for today, we'll be painting some cute sushi cartoons onto your t-shirts. So if you're ready, let's get started. To start, place a piece of carbon paper, followed by the printed design, onto the side of the item you want to paint on. Make sure you have a pencil to trace the drawing onto your tote bag or t-shirt. You can place some tape on the sides to prevent the papers from shifting while tracing. While tracing, avoid resting your hands on the carbon paper too much, as this might create smudges on the item which will be hard to wash off. Remember to not fully remove the papers until you have made sure that the whole drawing has been traced. Once you're done with the tracing, you can remove the carbon paper and printed drawing. If the outline isn't clear, you still can draw over the outlines with a pencil so that it can be seen when you're painting later. When you're ready to start painting, place the envelope or a piece of paper in between the shirt or tote bag so that the paint doesn't go through. For t-shirts, I suggest folding the sides to the back of the envelope to make sure paint doesn't drop on these parts. If you'd like, you could even use clips to fasten the sides as well. For this painting, we will only be using jade green, ruby red, chocolate brown, honey beige, ivory white, and charcoal black for the outlines. This painting needs a lot of colors to be mixed. First, for the seaweed, I mixed green with only 1 or 2 drops of black. Next, for the prawn and salmon pieces, I mixed red and white. I mixed 2 shades of it, one lighter than the other, by adding more white to the other shade. Lastly, for the tempura, I mixed brown and beige till I got the golden brown shade that I wanted. Now we can start painting. Since this painting is smaller and much more intricate, I suggest using the smaller brush for most of this painting. Remember to spread as much paint as you can and try not to leave excess paint blobs on the painting itself. I would suggest to only use the palette when you need to mix colors. So, for colors that don't need mixing, just take the paint directly from the bottle to prevent wastage of any excess paint that you don't use during your painting session. Remember to wash your brushes each time you take a new color of paint. One tip would be to ensure you have a cup of water and some tissue beside you anytime you're painting. I chose to paint all the white parts first because if you make a mistake at this part, you can cover it up later with any other color. Don't worry about not painting too straight or the paint coming out of the tracing, as you're going to outline this painting later, and you can use these black lines to cover up most of these errors. One other tip I have is that if you're right-handed, paint from left to right so you don't have to worry about resting your hand on wet paint accidentally, and vice versa if you're left-handed. Now, let's start outlining the painting. You can use black or any other dark color to outline it, but make sure you're using a thin brush to do the outlines. Rest your arm on the table so your hand is more stable when painting, and do not take too much paint at each time. You can dip your paintbrush tip in water so that the paint is smoother, but do not take too much water as well. Make sure to not have too much paint on your brush, as this will create blobs on your painting later. And now your painting is finished. Use a hairdryer to blow dry your painting, or you can leave your painting to dry until there is no more wet paint on the painting before bringing it to be ironed. Iron your t-shirt or tote bag for roughly 10 seconds to fully dry the paint on it. After that, you can use it, but only wash your item at least 4 days after ironing it. We hope you enjoyed today's guided painting session. If you have any feedback or questions, do let us know in our Facebook group. Also, feel free to post any photos of your Sushi cartoon t-shirts and tag us on Facebook or Instagram to stand a chance to win on our monthly giveaway. See you in our next painting session.